Okay, we are back from our song, which was I Love You Lord by the Katinas, and we are live right now with Amanda, who is on the lines with us this very moment right now. So, hi Amanda, how are you doing?
Hi, Ryan. I'm very good. And hello, listeners. What a privilege to chat to you guys today. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Glad to have you with us on the lines as well today. So, we're going to do a short bio about Amanda before we go into some interview questions with her this very moment. So, Amanda, who was born in Namibia and is now living in Somerset West, Western Cape, after her two singles, Ek en Ye and La Popkin, that was released in 2024. She is excited to release pop song which recently released on the 30th of May, which is called Mirror Mirror. We're going to be talking to her about that as well shortly. And also, Amanda obtained her master's degree in pediatric dentistry in 2014 and is the owner of a children's dental practice called Dynodent. She feels a balanced lifestyle is very important. As a wife and mother of two children, she feels that she is the best version of herself when she makes time for children, her music development, and cycling with her husband. That's really awesome. She loves playing guitar, writing, and singing songs, and helps with the development of the children's band at Dr. Dio Helderberg. And a quote that she also mentions, which is, I believe each song tells a story and has the potential to bring hope, change, and to inspire someone. That's really awesome. Thank you once again for joining us today, Amanda. It's really awesome having you with us today. So, can you tell us?
Thanks.
You're welcome. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey from dentistry to music?
Well, I don't know if I've moved from the one to the other. I think music has been part of my life since I can remember.
Yeah.
I remember there in Marintal, a small town in the south of Namibia. It was quite dry, but my mother had green fingers and she had lots
Yeah.
of plants. And I remember I would imagine that the plants were people and I would stand on the stoop, dance and sing to the flowers. So singing was always there, and I had a lot of problems with my own teeth, and I had braces, and so well, I think I was like 10 years old when I said, no, I want to be a dentist and I want to do braces and help
Wow.
other people with skew teeth. So I think they've always been part of my life.
Awesome. So, how do you balance being a wife, mother, dentist, and musician?
That's a good question. Sometimes one day better than others, I think. But generally speaking, I try. Um, at the moment, I'm trying to see patients 3 days a week. And then the 2 other mornings I keep for practice administration as well as vocal lessons on a Tuesday morning. And then Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, I drive my kids to all their activities, drumming lessons and piano lessons and gymnastics and, doing a mummy role.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but what I try also to follow is I have a very good life coach, Kevin Zondag,
Okay.
for probably 4 years. So I treat his daughter's teeth, and once a term, he gives me a session. So we barter in that sense.
Awesome.
And what he told me in the beginning is that it's very important to also book my husband into my diary. So since then, we've been having date nights. Every 2 weeks, we have a
Wow.
date night. The babysitter comes, looks after the kids. And I can really recommend that to any married couple. Even if you can't afford eating out, just go and take a walk. But
Yeah.
just make time. So I think generally speaking, whatever I do, I try and make that a priority and just
Yeah.
be in that moment and be there. So if my son, for instance, he loves video games, so after work he would play with my husband a half an hour video games, and then I would have half an hour watching an episode or something with my daughter, and then in the evenings we try and read a book together, spend quality time after work as a family.
That's really awesome, Amanda. So, what role does music play in your everyday life?
So I think life would be very boring for me without music. If I would think of while I'm working at the practice, for instance, there's lots of studies that show that music that's calm brings your heart rate down, and it helps you to relax.
Yeah.
So at my practice, for instance, we have speakers in every room, and there's always gentle, calming music, calm piano music playing.
Yeah.
Because you can imagine any dental practice, going to the dentist can be stressful for a child or even for adults. I don't treat adults, but I know fear of a dentist, for instance. So just playing that calming music in the background helps to relax. And then for myself, when I drop off the kids at school, I would have the radio on. And in the evenings or while I'm in the bath, I would listen to music. And a lot of times while I'm busy writing a song, then that song is in my mind the morning when I wake up and the evening when I go to sleep. So it's a big part of my life.
Great stuff. So, looking at your recent release, Mirror Mirror. By the way, congratulations on the single. And
thank you.
You're welcome. And what inspired you to write Mirror Mirror?
Well, I think when you hear the title Mirror Mirror, you think of Snow White, where the evil queen looked in the mirror. Oh, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Yes.
So that is like a bad connotation, but the positive connotation is, each one of us, when you wake up, you have to comb your hair, look in the mirror. And when I was a teenager, when I looked in the mirror, I didn't like the reflection that I saw. I was self-conscious about my skewed teeth with braces, getting acne. I have red hair and what is sproete? What is these like orange dots on your face? Freckles, sorry.
Yeah.
So I had freckles, and I compared myself with cover girls on other magazines like the Cosmopolitan, and I thought that's beauty. And I started comparing myself with these models, and I had a very skewed perception of myself.
Yeah.
And that led to me getting an eating disorder called bulimia. And when I was in matric or grade 12, I remember I spoke to a youth worker at a Friday evening church event, and she told me that every time that I looked in the mirror and I didn't like what I saw, I should read Ezekiel 16 over myself. And that is an amazing piece. And I wrote a song called I'm a Queen that will hopefully be released in end of September this year. So that's where my healing process started. And we asked me about balanced life, having kids, started my own practice. There was a period of almost 11 years that I didn't sing actively or didn't participate in church singing. And only in June 2020, in COVID time, God reignited my passion for singing. And I think my first song that I wrote then was The Echo of Fear, because I struggled with fear, and I think fear had held me back from singing and enjoying singing. And then the second song that I wrote was Mirror, Mirror.
Okay.
And I initially just wrote down my story. And beginning of last year, I was with my daughter. She's 11 years old, and she has the most beautiful freckles, beautiful blue eyes, red hair.
Wow.
And she was combing her hair, and I was with her in a room, and I thought, wow, Magdalene, you are gorgeous, and I wish she could see how beautiful she is. And then I had this desire in my heart to rewrite Mirror, Mirror, with her in my mind. So when I went back to my writing board, I really liked my chorus, but the verses I wrote with her in my mind, and also so that other pre-teens and teenagers, other women, when they look in the mirror, that they would like themselves. And just planting seeds of confidence and truth into my daughter, but also in others. And that's why I started with the words in the song, "Oh, darling girl, do you know you're beautiful? Oh, darling girl, do you know you're worthy more than silver or gold? And you're brave." So that's Mirror, Mirror.
That's really awesome. And you've also, so you shared that the song comes from a very personal struggle during your teenage years. How difficult was it to turn that experience into a song?
Um, for me, it's not difficult talking about it now. I
Yeah,
think when I was a teenager, if I had to write a song, it would have been very difficult.
true.
But I think it was also a process. Like I said,
Yeah,
5 years ago, I wrote the initial song and I rewrote it now. I think for me was the challenge also to just, I had the words, the lyrics, but to have it in a song, a melody that other people would like to listen, and my daughter would like to listen. So I listened to a lot of her music styles that she liked, and that's where the work with the music producer. I had a very
yeah,
good music producer, Helmut Meyer, that helped me with this song. Unfortunately, he passed away.
sure.
It's now exactly a year ago. So I think it was a process.
Yeah. Well, that's great stuff, Amanda. So, what message do you hope young girls, especially your daughter, will take from Mirror Mirror?
When they look in the mirror, that they must say, "Girl, I'm beautiful." And to see the reflection, because in the chorus there's the lyrics, "Make me see who I really am," and
Yeah,
so that they must realize they're beautiful just the way that God made them, and that
yeah,
they shouldn't change anything about themselves, how they look, if they have skewed teeth or if they have freckles or whatever the issue is. There's beauty in each one of us, and just um, to accept themselves and love themselves.
perfect. That's really awesome. And how would you describe the sound and feel of this single Mirror Mirror compared to your previous songs that you've done?
I think Mirror Mirror has a more poppy, poppy teenage vibe.
Yes.
Ek en Jy, I wrote for my parents. It was their 50th wedding anniversary 2 years ago, so it was a song written for them, and it has more of a feel that you want to, like sokkie, like an Afrikaans music that you can dance with that.
Yeah.
And Lapopkind is a children's song, but it also has a more South African feel, vibe to it that you
Yeah.
also want to dance with. So
Okay.
for me, each song's feeling will be different because it depends on who I'm singing it to. So when I thought of what my daughter music that she likes to sing or listen to is pop music, so that was my first pop song.
Awesome stuff. So, how do you feel knowing your personal story can bring hope and inspire others through your music?
I think each one of us has a story to tell,
Yeah.
that can inspire someone. And I think we're never alone. And that I really believe that God can take any situation even if it's dead, or it feels hopeless, God can come and He breathes life into it. So God has turned this bad time in my life into a positive thing, into a song. So it just makes me humble, and I believe that if this song, even just, it's been playing on a lot of radios, and it's on all the platforms, but
Awesome.
even if it just inspired one person, then it's worth it. So
True.
I'm just thankful for it, and thankful to be a vessel so that it can hopefully inspire other girls and help them, prevent them from having the struggles that I had.
Most definitely. Now, looking ahead, do you plan on releasing more songs after Murra Murra?
Yeah, so in the process, I recorded 5 songs that's ready to be released. So we're just busy talking to Gershon, my music, what do you call it, advertiser or the
Promoter, yes.
blogger. Yeah. So so hopefully we'll release I'm a Queen and 2 other songs together end of September. And then that's 3 songs that I sang solo. And then there's 2 songs that I sang with my husband. It's more Christian rock feel.
Okay.
And that will probably be released next year. But yeah, we're still looking into when what needs to be released. But the plan is definitely for I'm a Queen end of next month. Yeah.
Great stuff. So, what dreams do you have for your music career in the next few years?
So, sometimes I think I dream too big. But it's not wrong to dream big.
True.
I think what I would like to is to be able to sing more at women's events, and more at schools, speaking to teenage girls and children, telling them my story. And a lot of my music, is Christian based, and a lot of them is just children's songs, but majority that I'm passionate about is writing songs on identity as a woman or as a teenage girl. So my dreams would be to have a platform more to reach women, girls, sing to them and tell my story.
Great stuff. So, with our last question right about now, if you could send one message to teenage girls listening to your song, what would it be?
Be yourself and be happy with yourself and like yourself. Yeah, and God loves you.
Well, that's awesome. And thank you once again, Amanda, for being with us live on the lines this very moment. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Maybe a shout out to any of the listeners that are listening in from your side?
Just thanks for having me. And I don't know what weather you have there where you are now, but I can definitely feel there's a change of season in the air this week. And I'm enjoying the change of season. So just thanks, listeners, for everything. And Ryan, it's a privilege to speak to you guys. Hopefully soon again.
Definitely soon we will be getting to chat again. I can guarantee that for sure. And I'm sure with Gershon as well, who's having you all set out. And he also reached out to us about you and your new release, which was Murra Murra. I'm sure he's going to he will be keeping in contact with me with more of your content, that's for sure. So definitely we're going to be having you quite as often as per your releases as well. So that's great stuff.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You're welcome, and yourself as well. And here you have it, listeners, from Amanda, this very moment, we had a lovely interview with her about her history, background from a music perspective, and juggling around so much in her life and how she manages all of that, which is really inspiring as well. And also with the new release, which is Mirror Mirror, which we're going to be playing right now for you guys to enjoy, coming up right now as well. So stay tuned for that.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.